Brazen Athletics, welcome to 2021. Before I dive into what's on the board behind me, I just want to say thank you on behalf of everybody here at Brazen Athletics. 2020 was a hell of a ride, and for those of you who stuck with us along the way, for those of you who came on board along the way, and for those of you who were a bit touch and go, but still maintain your support, we really appreciate each and every one of you. 2020 had us training in the gym to start, in our homes at one point, underneath the viaduct at another, and then back inside with some new accessories, right? And that was a lot to get used to. From a coaching and programming perspective, we had to get used to compartmentalizing classes differently, partitioning workouts differently, even coaching a little bit differently. And from the athlete side of things, you had to get used to signing in and out, getting temperature checks, making sure that you knew how to pace yourself wearing these masks. 2020 was just a lot for everybody to process. And the 2 cycles in particular that we spent indoors really gave us an opportunity to come to some sense of equilibrium. So what we're gonna see going forward is something like you're used to for those of you who've been with us for a while now, and for those of you who are new to us and who came to us during 2020, we are going to expose you a little bit in this cycle to a more traditional Brazen Athletics workout schedule. So I'm going to turn around here and address the board. You might have to listen to this more than once. There's going to be a lot of information that I'm going to throw at you here. Always feel free to DM me. Feel free to DM anybody at Brazen Athletics, the Brazen Athletic page, all here on Instagram, just with any questions you might have. So first things first, we are looking at a strength cycle that is the first part, 1 out of 3 parts of a larger macro cycle. So a macro cycle is a big picture cycle. In this case, it is an 18-week or 3 mesocycle macro cycle. What? I'm not trying to throw this at you to sound smarter than I am. I'm not that smart. What I'm doing is I'm trying to paint this picture so we can start to have a bigger and broader conversation about your fitness. So the macro cycle will go from January 4th to May 9th. And that will consist of 3 mesocycles. The mesocycle is your traditional 6-week cycle that you're used to. And that will go from January 4th to February 15th. So the macro cycle allows me as the programmer and you as an athlete to recognize that progression takes time. Progression is on an arc, and it is a far-reaching arc. So what we do in any one of these given strength days in this first mesocycle will have ripple effects for what we do in April in that 3rd mesocycle. So make sure that you know when you look at any given workout prescription that you don't over-prescribe weight, you don't over-prescribe intensity, because we have that in mind, all right? The picture is painted and it is not necessarily set in stone because we do have to make adjustments here and there, i.e. 2020, right? COVID and any new things that might get thrown at us. But that being said, the pathway, the arc that I want you to travel with us from January to May is shaped. So this first mesocycle, the 6-week cycle we're about to step into, we're going to take an A and B week split. What this is going to allow us to do is change focus subtly so that your body stays fresh, your joints stay nice and healthy, and we're not beating you down too much in any one movement pattern. Again, this is still only the 3rd cycle back in after taking pretty much 3 cycles off outside the gym. That can't be overstated. It's important that we work our way back to the load and volume that we were used to in an intelligent and sustainable way. So this A-B week split is going to allow us to hit 6 different movements of focus. Those will be back squat and shoulder to overhead on Mondays, chin-ups and deadlifts on Wednesdays, and hang power cleans and hang power snatches on Fridays. And what we're going to do is from the A to B week, we're going to alternate which one of those movements we focus on for load and which one of those movements we focus on for volume. So to start things off, tomorrow you'll come in you're going to get a back squat focused strength workout. But then in the AMRAP to follow and the work to follow, the Metcon to follow, you're going to have a shoulder to overhead portion that focuses on high volume shoulder to overhead work. Now, when you look down the week's line, you'll notice that chin-ups will be for load, deadlifts will be for volume, hang power snatch will be for load, hang power clean will be for volume. And that's the A week. There's going to be 3 A weeks, week 1, week 3, and week 5. And then the B weeks, which you're going to have is shoulder to overhead for load, paired with back squat for volume, deadlifts for load, paired with chin-ups for volume, and hang power clean for load, paired with hang power snatch for volume. And those will be weeks 2, 4, and 6. This way we get a nice broad and far-reaching first cycle back to our traditional barbell-focused work. For those of you who joined us either while we were on Zoom or while we were working out outside underneath the viaduct, nothing is fundamentally changing. What we're doing though is we're starting to veer our ship back to its natural course. Brazen Athletics is first and foremost a strength gym. We never shy away from strength work, but we are always focused on making sure that we are coaching adequately, programming intelligently, and preparing you to make sure that you're ready to go on this journey with us. So if you have any questions, like I mentioned earlier, shoot me a DM, shoot Brazen Athletics a DM, shoot any one of our coaches a DM, and we'd be happy to discuss not only this cycle, but what you can expect beyond that. One more time, I want to thank you for sticking with us through 2020 and look forward to seeing you back in the gym.